What is going on, guys? Manny here, back with another Pokemon Go PvP video for you. And today we're going to be showing you guys my one of 4 Timeless Cup tournaments. This one being the actual in-person one here in Madison, Wisconsin. The other 3 are all remote tournaments for another Madison one. We also have the Go Stadium Discord one, and then I also have the Zoe 2 Dots PvP Discord as well that I'm also going to be participating in. So let's get straight into the matches. So going into round 1 here, as you can see my opponent's team, it's LD City. Hope I pronounced that right if you're watching this, man. But as you can see his team, he's got Swampert, Golduck, Muck, Kingdra, Skuntank, Roserade. You got the Dugong, Victreebel, Kingdra, Blaziken, Wormadon, not Trash Worm, the Plant Form, and then Wishcash. So let's head straight into game 1. I start off with Kingdra, he starts off with Skuntank. Pretty decent matchup for both players. I mean, because, you know, both moves hurt. Kingdra obviously going to be eating through Skuntank with just the fast attacks. I'm going to go ahead and shield this. I just wanted to preserve my Kingdra's health. And then I go for the Octazooka, which I believe that's the name. Yeah, Octazooka. And I do get the stat debuff there. And I let this crunch go through because I didn't want to waste both shields right away. But then I take down his Skuntank. He brings in his own Kingdra, takes down mine. I bring in Dugong here, which he immediately switches into Muck, and I stay with Dugong and just trying to go for those icy ones to try to get the debuff again. His attack goes down. I switch over to Victreebel, and here I'm debating on what I want to do. I shield here, figuring it was going to be something else other than Acid Spray, but as you see here, he actually commits to Acid Spray a lot. So I'm expecting something else. It's another Acid Spray, and I'm able to take down his Muck, and then he brings in Kingdra. I have a Leaf Blade ready to go, but he still has a shield. And he's going to end up using it, obviously. So he takes down my Victreebel, and then all I have is the Dugong, which you would think would do really well. But here, as you can see, he has that Outrage ready, and I just won't able to. I'm not going to be able to finish him off with Dugong alone. So he is able to finish me off there for game 1. So GG's to you. And then so let's going on to game 2 here. As you can see, you'll see here, my team didn't change like at all. I lead Muck, or he leads Muck, I lead Kingdra, and basically it's just gonna play out exactly the same as last time. And here I go off, get the Octazooka, he shields, and here, again, I'm expecting, you know, I don't really know Muck's moves that much, but I figured he was gonna go for an Acid Spray, which he does, and he ends up bringing out his Skuntank, go for another Octazooka here, which does get a shield. Takes down my Kingdra, and here I bring in the Victreebel, which not the best matchup. I go ahead and shield this expecting Flamethrower, but he ends up using Crunch. So I never saw Flamethrower, so I'm assuming he just didn't have a second move on his Skuntank. But as you will see, I was scared of that Flamethrower, as you can see here, because I do shield once again. So there it is, another Crunch. So I don't know if he was baiting me twice with the Crunch, or again if he just didn't have Flamethrower. But he brings in Muck, and his Muck's he's going to go for another Acid Spray. So again, he was really committed to those Acid Sprays, but I end up taking down his, basically both of our guys go down, and then we're back to the Kingdra and Dugong matchup. Dugong here, as you can see, Icy Wind's going to lower that attack, which is very, very good, because right here he's going to bring out a Outrage, but I'm able to survive because of that attack debuff and get off one more Icy Wind for the win here. So again, super happy that Icy Wind is able to just constantly get that debuff. So I end up taking game 2 and going on to game 3. I lead with Kingdra, he leads with Swampert. Now I don't really need to worry about Swampert's attacks other than Earthquake, but as you can see here, he gets off a charge attack, and it's going to be that Hydro Cannon. I was expecting an Earthquake. I miscounted there. I don't know why I thought it was going to be an Earthquake that early on. But there I just go ahead and farm him off, go for an Outrage charge to try to bait a shield myself, which I'm able to get. And then I bring in Victreebel. I probably should have brought in Dugong, to be honest. But, you know, Victreebel is going to be doing work. I go ahead and shield this here, because it is that Sludge Bomb that would have been really bad for me. But I'm able to take down his Roserade on just fast attacks. And then I'm going to go ahead and go off with a Sludge Bomb on my own against his Kingdra, which he's going to shield as well. So now we're both down shields, and his Kingdra is just going to finish off my Victreebel. And then I bring in my own Kingdra again, basically to just take the damage. So Here he goes with another outrage, which I'm assuming is going to be an outrage, if I remember this right. Yep. And I'm going to be able to finish off his Kingdra on just fast attacks. And then brings in the Swampert here. I'm expecting an Earthquake because, again, I miscounted, but it actually ends up being that Hydro Cannon. And I'm able to get off the Icy Wind for the win here in game 3. So yeah, so if that would have been an Earthquake, that easily would have been game for him, but GG. So going on to match 2, as you can see my opponent Seabass here, pretty much almost the exact same team, other than he's got Meganium, Wish Cash, and Drapion. So going on to game 1, we are going to lead off with, I believe, I had this tournament last night and I forgot what I led off with, so let's just be surprised together, I guess. So I lead with Kingdra, he leads with Mug, and at this point, after round 1, I just said screw it, I'm just gonna let Mug attack with whatever it has, whether it be Acid Spray, and it's a Thunder Punch, but Thunder Punch doesn't do that much. So I was actually expecting more. Once I saw Thunder Punch pop up, I thought it was gonna do a lot more damage, but Kingdra being Dragon and Water takes neutral. So get off that Akazuka, I get the debuff again. He goes ahead with the Thunder Punch. I shield this one just so I can probably take down his Muck. We run into a little bit of lag there, and I'm actually able to take down his Muck on just fast attacks, but my Kingdra is about to go down with whatever he brings out. I'm able to get off one more charge attack, so I go for the Outrage, which he lets go through. I was surprised. I think he was expecting Octazooka there, but I go ahead and bring out my Victory Bell, and I'm going to go ahead and I believe I let this go through. Nope, I shield this one, so goes with the Earthquake, shield that, take down his Meganium, and he brings in Drapion, and I got the Wish Cash. So at this point, I knew I was going to win this one because Drapion doesn't really have anything that can really do much to Wish Cash. It does have, I believe, that's Felstringer. I think that's the name of the new bug type move. That actually would have done a good amount of damage to Wish Cash, but he wasn't running that, as you will find out here. So I'm just going to go off with the Mud Bombs and basically just take this match here. So he has another, I believe it's going to be an Aqua Tail, but again, yeah, so it's not going to do much of anything, and I'm able to just finish off the Drapion with just fast attacks. So that's it for game 1. Going on to game 2, I lead I lead Kingdra again. He leads the Muck once again, and basically it's going to play out the exact same. I'm not going to shield anything that I'm not going to shield the first attack that this Muck brings, because it's going to be a Thunder Punch, and again, it does neutral damage. It's not going to do super effective damage, and I'm just farming away this Muck. Go for an Octazooka, hoping to bait another shield, which I'm able to get to, and again I get the debuff once again. And I'm going to go ahead and shield this Thunder Punch. And it's just going to basically be a similar play to the first match here. So take down his Muck, and I have a charge ready to go for his Drapion. Again, I go for the Outrage again just to bait the shield, which I'm able to get. So now he's down 2 shields. I got 1 still. And here I bring in the Wish Cash. So switches into Venusaur. I go ahead and switch into, or Venusaur. He switches into Meganium. I switch into Victory Bell. And we're just going to play this out. I'm going to let shield this here, expecting Earthquake again, but it was the Frenzy Plant, so he did bait me there. But as you can see here, I actually am going for that Sludge Bomb. So this time he does hit me with the Earthquake, and I do get that Sludge Bomb off though just in time. So I was able to survive that Earthquake and take down his Meganium here. He brings back in the Drapion. He takes down Victory, but I got the Wish Cash in the back here. So again, pretty much know I have this one. And you can see this should be another Aqua Tail, but again, Aqua Tail doesn't do anything. No, it's a Crunch, so Crunch does a decent amount of damage, but I knew I was going to win this match because again, Wish Cash here is it's just the better matchup overall. So I ended up taking game 2, so I did win this round, but we did play the 3rd game as well. All my matches actually ended up being the 3 matches in total, or the 3 games in total, I should say. But you see game 3 here, he leads Drapion, I lead Blaziken. He brings in the Lapras. And I just stay in because I noticed immediately that his Lapras is Ice Shard, and I don't only need to shield the Surfs that he's going to bring out, so I go ahead and shield that one, and then I'm just going to take down his Lapras on just fast attack. So not the best switch in his part, and then he brings back in the Drapion, and I go with another Blaze Kick, hoping to bait a shield, which I'm able to. And again, these counters are just going to do a good amount of damage to the Drapion, and I'm going to go ahead and shield this, expecting Aqua Tail, which it is. And then I'm just going to build up as much energy as I can and then just fire off some charge attacks here. So I go off with another Blaze Kick, get his other shield, and then I get off one more Blaze Kick. Even though he was able to get that last minute Ice Fang on me. So take down his Drapion, and then his last Pokemon is Meganium, which is completely fine. And I bring in the Victory Bell here, and I'm expecting Earthquake, which I believe is the move he does use. Yep, as you can see, Earthquake hurts. And right here, I'm just trying to get to my Leaf Blade in time because I know I won't be able to get to that Sludge Bomb. So I get off the Leaf Blade here, which is going to do a decent amount of damage to that Meganium. And then right here, he uses his Frenzy Plant. So at that point, I knew I was in a good position because he wasn't able to get a Frenzy Plant off on my Wish Cache. So if he would have saved it, he might have been able to finish me off. But I think this guy was just too low. As you can see, going on to Ace Severson, the highest ranked player in the tournament here. The only difference is that he's running Dragonair and the Sunny form, Cast form. So going into game 1, I lead Dragonair, or I lead Kingdra. I keep saying Dragonair. I lead Kingdra. He leads Lapras. Bad matchup for me. Immediately switch out to Blaziken, and then he's going to switch out to the Muck as well. I go for Blaze Kick. He shields, and at this point, the only two moves I knew that Muck could have were Thunder Punch and Acid Spray. He goes for the Thunder Punch. I shield that, and then I'm just going to try to build up as much energy as I can and just try to bait some shields here of my own. So I go for the Blast Burn. He lets that go through, and then he brings in Meganium here. So I go for a Blaze Kick, which is going to do a good amount of damage here, but he does block it. So now he's on 2 shields. I still have 1, and then I bring in Dugong here to just try to do as much damage as I can. I go ahead and shield this, attacking whatever it is. It's gonna hurt. He switches into Lapras, and then what I should have done was switch out, but I make the mistake of just trying to, stay in with Lapras there. And as you can see, I try to switch too late. So goes for the Skull Bash, and as you can see, I had that switch ready, and I just stuck with Dugong for whatever reason. Here I go. I try to go for the switch once again last second, but it doesn't work. And he goes for another Skull Bash, taking down my Dugong. And then he switches to that Meganium, and he has that Frenzy Plant already, which is going to hurt. As you can see, he does a decent amount of damage there. And even though I was able to get to charge up to an Octazooka, he's able to get to his his charge attack first. So bad plays on my part, but it is what it is. Not gonna complain. So going on to game 2 here, and while we were picking teams, this matchup probably took the longest out of all the matchups that I played at the tournament, just because we both know each other so well, and every single time I've played a Severson in a tournament, I've always beaten him. It's always gone to game 3, but he's actually never been able to beat me. So I think it's getting to him, the fact that every time we match up, I always have his number basically. So here again, we're just trying to decide what we want to lead with. I lead, and we both lead with the double Kingdra. So again, when it comes to this, basically best PvP IVs is going to win this one. I get the Octazooka first. I'm sure he has his as well, and we're just both going, doing as much damage as we can. I go ahead and let this go through, expecting it's going to take me out, but I'm able to actually survive that. But he takes me out with fast attack. So bring in the Victory Bell, that takes down his Kingdra, and then he brings in Meganium, and I'm just going to stick with this because Victory Bell can win this matchup. So here I go for the Leaf Blade, hoping to bait a shield, which he just lets go through, which is smart. And then here I'm going to, I believe I let this go through as well, and it is the Earthquake. So again, even though Earthquake hurts, I'd rather preserve both my shields here. So I take some of my Victory Bell, I bring in Blaziken. I'm going to go ahead and shield whatever this is because Frenzy Plant will hurt regardless of it not being super effective. He brings in the Lapras, which I'm surprised he did, because obviously Lapras is going to lose this matchup here. He ends up shielding that, and I'm just going to build up as much energy as I can. And I'm going to go ahead and shield this Surf. And as you can see, I'm just going to finish off this that Lapras with fast attacks. And then his Meganium ended up fainting there, even though nothing really happened. He just kind of stood there. So I take game 2, going on to game 3 here. I lead Victory Bell, he leads Meganium. And again, Victory Bell can win this matchup, so if shields are used properly. But yeah, Razor Leaf just doing work. He gets off a charge attack here, and I'm going to let this go through again, expecting that Earthquake. But it is Frenzy Plant, so I think he was trying to bait me there. And here I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can. Then I go for the Sludge Bomb, which I'm hoping he shields, but he lets go through. So here he brings in the Muck, and we're just doing much damage as I can to get off a Leaf Blade here, which again, just hoping to draw the shield. and he lets that go through as well. So he's being very conservative with his shields here, and I'm gonna let this attack go through as well, just because really no point in me shielding that. I bring in Kingdra, which is going to whittle down to this muck here, and I'm gonna let this attack go through as well. Regardless of what it is, it's a Thunder Punch, you know, does decent amount of damage. Then he switches out to his own Kingdra, and then I go for an Octilary here, hoping to get his last shield, which I do, or his first shield, sorry. And then I bring in Blaziken, and I go ahead and shield this, whatever this is going to do, because it's going to hurt. And we're just going to do as much damage as we can. I go for the Blaze Kick here, hoping to get his last shield, which I'm able to do, but his Kingdra's super low that I'm actually able to finish off his Mon with just fast attacks, and then so is his Mug. So I end up taking game 3, so once again I end up beating Ace Everson, but good matches, man. Going on to the last round of the tournament is against G Pikachu, and this guy has my number. He has beaten me most of the times. I've beaten him a couple times there, but he has my number. So going on to the tournaments, I think we're pretty even. I think he has me beat a couple more times. So, but we both start off with that Victory Bell here, because Victory Bell is just a very good Razor Leaf attacker. So here we're just both building up energy, and we're trying to get to that Sludge Bomb. He's able to get to his first, and I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through, which I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have shielded that. And then right here we run into a little bit of lag, but as you will see, he was actually able to do damage to me, and I kind of let him know, I'm like, oh, are you lagging? And he allowed me to do a couple attacks on him. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not really one to complain about, you know, super like hard lag, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If he would have faded down my Dugong before I wasn't able to do anything, then I would have been like, all right, let's restart this because it was lag. But you know, nothing too major. So but yeah, I took down his Victory Bell, brings in the Lapras, and Lapras was the one Pokemon that I expected a lot of people use, but for some reason it felt like I didn't have the best counters for him, even though I was running Victory Bell and Blaziken for it. But as you can see, I'm just sticking with Dugong and trying to get those debuffs happening. So I bring in the Ormodon Plant Form, which in this matchup is not the best one to use. As you can see, he brings in his Venomoth, and he was surprised here that my Wormadon Plant Form knew Confusion as well. So, but because I have no shields, he has both of his. This is basically a wrap for me game 1. So, but even though, as you can see, I almost basically take down his Venomoth and just fast attacks as well. But it didn't matter. You know, it is what it is. Going on to game 2. And here we're just debating on what we want to use as well, kind of like what I did with Ace Everson. I lead with the Dugong, he leads with Lapras once again. And here I go ahead and immediately switch out to Blaziken. He immediately switches into Venomoth, which is a very awesome counter to Blaziken. With those confusions, are just going to hurt. I go off with a Blaze Kick, I get his shield, and he's able to take down my Blaziken before I get to another Blaze Kick. So here I'm going to let this attack go through, and it's the silver one. I'm just hoping that he didn't get the boost, which he didn't, which is great. And then I'm going to go ahead and shield the second attack here, because Venomoth can charge up its charge attacks very fast. Go for an Icy Wind here, hoping to get his shield or to just take down the Venomoth. And he takes the hit, and then I take down his Venomoth with just fast attacks. And then here he's debating on what he wants to bring out next, and I believe he brings out the Victory Bell. Yep. And I get off another Icy Wind again, thinking that he's going to shield this. But he ends up actually letting this go through, which is surprising to me. So he takes down my Dugong, and then he switches back into Lapras. And then right here, I bring out my own Victory Bell here. And I'm going to go ahead and shield this, expecting it to be a Skull Bash. It's a Surf, so it's a good bait. But as you can see, his Victory Bell just basically just falls over. And I took a screenshot because I thought that was really funny. So I end up taking game 2, going on to game 3 here. So we're both 1-1. Game 3, I lead Victory Bell. He leads that Dragonair. And in this matchup, it can go either way. Dragonair has obviously the advantage here because Dragon Breath does so much. And here I'm going to go ahead and shield. And it's a wrap. Wrap would have done a good amount of damage, but nothing to really be concerned about. But I shield anyways. I go for the Leaf Blade. He lets that go through. And I'm actually able to take down his Dragonair with just fast attacks. But he brings in that Venomoth. And I have Dugong ready to go. He switches out to Lapras. I go for Wishcash, which it does more than Dugong would. These Mud Bombs will do a good amount of damage, but he's gonna shield them. If I could talk, wow. Go ahead and shield the Skull Bash, and Yeah, Skull Bash Lapras is it's good. That's all I can really say. Most people that use Lapras basically relied on Skull Bash, which is understandable. It charges up pretty fast with Ice Shard. And we're just trying to do as much damage as I can with this Wish Cash, with these Mud Bombs. And I'm doing a good amount of damage, you know. But he's able to get off with one more attack here. And it is going to be a Surf, which is going to basically almost KO my Wish Cash. But then he switches out to Venomoth. I get off another Mud Bomb, which is going to do a good amount of damage to his Venomoth. And then all I have left is Dugong. And he is going to get off a charge attack here, which is going to be that Silver one, which is going to do a good amount of damage to Dugong. And right here, I just try to do as much damage as I can, get off the Icy Wind, you know, just do whatever I can basically. But at this point, I knew that I was in trouble, so get off an Icy Wind, not going to do nearly enough damage, and then he's going to get off another Skull Bash here for the win. So GG's to you, man. So 4 rounds total. I ended up coming in second, so I really can't complain. I still got 3 other tournaments to go and participate in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you are new, hit the notification bell so you guys know when I do post new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.